Hello from lovely Mexico City.
Oh, it's beautiful, and what a beautiful place to be.
We are actually supposed to do the Anthropology Museum today because it's been highly recommended to do. It's like one of the top things to do in Mexico City, but unfortunately we got stuck in traffic. It was rush hour this morning. We missed our tour and we're gonna have to rebook it tomorrow. So we're gonna do it tomorrow because it's not something that wants to be missed, but at the same time we're basically after paying double the price because we missed our time slot. So it's not ideal, but what can you do? It's the burnt toast theory. Everything happens for a reason, and we've actually had such a lovely morning now because of it. So I actually think it was meant to be.
There was a huge silver lining on the cloud there this morning, because we're after landing in this park and it's a dog park. So now we're doing a little walk around the whole park and we're just looking at all the different dogs. They're all getting trained and they're all playing together and they're all chatting, as you can hear, having a big...
You can probably hear a lot of dog barks right now.
Yeah, follow the bark to the park.
We have just checked into an apartment in Mexico City. This is it here. We have a full kitchen area. Look at this. We cannot get over the amount of space we have. We've like coffee, toaster, a kettle. I'm telling you guys, it's the little luxuries of traveling. Little fridge, check out the shoes. A TV with Netflix on it. And then this is the bathroom here. Unreal. It actually looks so good. This is the bedroom. Oh, it looks so good. They were saying that there's not much light, that there's only 2 small windows, but like that's absolutely fine. We're not even going.
It looks fantastic.
Like we have a little kitchen area. Like all our bags are just thrown there. We're literally only in the door. It's perfect. We're here for 10 nights, so the amount of space that we have here is definitely.
Yeah, because we need our space. We need some space, guys.
Okay, round 2. We have made it back to the Anthropology Museum and we are so excited to have a look and learn all about Mexico's history.
Yeah, it's also probably the earliest that we've gotten up since we got here, so the two of us are a little bit tired, eyesy.
We booked a guided tour through Get Your Guide, which I'd highly recommend because the museum is so big and you'll learn about all the different artifacts from Aztec and Mayan culture. Yesterday we went to the Frida Kahlo house and it was incredible. For anyone that doesn't know Frida Kahlo, she was a Mexican artist. She was bedridden because she got into an accident, so she couldn't use her legs. She ended up painting all these amazing pictures in her bed using a mirror, and she did self-portraits. She did ones for her family, and it was just amazing to see the place that she grew up in.
The whole house was basically like an art piece, rather than just her pictures. I think everything part of her life was like an art piece.
Another thing we got up to in Mexico City was we went to a football match.
Wow.
I gave Luke the job to book the tickets for the football match, and
look, what could go wrong? But I went online. Obviously I don't speak very good Spanish, so for me to book the tickets online, I was kind of winging it with the Spanish on Ticketmaster. And yeah, it was the night of the football match and Ciara looked at the tickets and it turned out, I thought I'd booked for the Mexico, like the football match that in my head I thought was on, but it was actually the women's league, which there's nothing wrong with. That's not what I thought I booked though. I went online, I had like researched about all the football players and all this, and I'd gotten to know their names and all, so that when I went I'd look like such a pro with Ciara, but I booked the total wrong match and there was a capacity of 40,000 people for the stadium we were in, and I'd say there was probably 100, including us ourselves, like, and including staff. And there was definitely one-to-one security, like guys with riot shields there.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're expecting.
But sure, look, it was an
well
experience.
worth going to. We got to go to the stadium. We got to enjoy the atmosphere. Tried. It was actually all a ploy so that I don't have to book anything anymore. I just messed it up the first time.
I think it's safe to say both of our #1 Mexico City highlights is the hot air balloon that we did.
That and a close second to the football.
We booked this on Get Your Guide. I'll leave the name of the company that we did it with down below here. This experience was, oh my god, I think this was like definitely in my top 10 life experiences. It was incredible.
It was my first experience ever on a hot air balloon.
Mine too.
Never done anything like that before.
You get collected from your hotel at like 4 AM in the morning and you drive about an hour and a half to 2 hours to this place, and they give you like a safety demo, they give you breakfast, they give you coffee, and you go into this hot air balloon just in time for sunrise, and you go over the sun and the moon pyramids.
But we got a beautiful morning for it. We were really low. We saw a few balloons going so high up in the air. We were like, is that meant to happen?
Yeah.
How do they come down? It's so peaceful. Like you think it's gonna be scary. I thought it was before we do it, but it's like you just zone out, and it's so quiet, and you're just floating along, literally like you're in a bubble, and you're so close. It's the best aerial view you can get of the ruins. Like it's amazing.
It's amazing. I was really nervous for the landing. I thought it was going to be bumpy, rockety, that we were going to tumble or flip or hit into a tree. At one point I thought we were going to land on someone's house, but it was actually so smooth. You literally just feel like you're floating. And then next of all, some man's hand just grabs the basket, and I was like, oh, we're on the ground.
It's actually really interesting. So there's no fences around the fields because they can't control where it's going to land, because it's kind of going, they can kind of go up and down in direction a bit, but the wind is the main person directing it, like. And then when you land in, they take you out of the basket, they collapse the balloon itself, and they give you a toast. You do like an early morning toast, so they give you like a little glass of bubbly, and like you do a little toast to the sunrise. And
I had breakfast in a cave. It's called the Cave. And you get your breakfast there. We got lovely chilaquiles. Did you get red ones as well? With chicken.
I got the one with chicken.
Yeah, and I just got with egg, and it was a delish. But after our breakfast then, you actually get to explore the ruins of these pyramids, which is really cool. I cannot comprehend how huge these pyramids actually are, and the coolest thing about them is that they're all aligned exactly with Orion's belt, which is
it's
insane.
mind blowing. Like, how would they know that?
We were absolutely pooped afterwards, so it was a long day.
Yeah, we were like deflated hot air balloons by the end of it. One of our favourite highlights that we got up to in Mexico City was Xochimilco. These are basically gondolas that go down these canals that the Aztecs made, and they still use these canals today. So colourful, it's so colourful. They're unbelievable.
Just be really careful of scams. There's this particular pier, I'll leave the name below. Just put that into Google Maps and get an Uber to that pier, and once you're there you can negotiate with the driver of the boat how much it's going to be. They are set prices. I'll also put a picture of the prices that what they are. I think it's usually 700 pesos.
Yeah, it was per boat, it's not per person.
Yes.
So it was about an hour outside the city as well, so expect the Uber to take a while because there was no traffic when we went, and it took about an hour. And even when we were on the way, there was two separate locals that were trying to tell us that the pier was closed, but we just told our driver just not to listen, because we had heard on TikTok that people have been trying to bring you to the wrong pier just for their own benefit or whatever, so we just kept going anyway, ignored them, and we got to the right pier and it was all good.
Other than that, we felt really, really safe at the pier. All the drivers and workers at the pier were actually really, really nice.
So nice.
It's not a dodgy situation at all. I think it's just around that area it's a little bit more disadvantaged.
Don't forget to bring your own beer, bring your own speaker, bring your own food, snacks, whatever. Now you can actually get them when you're on the boat, but we just felt we'd be more organised if we brought them, be a bit cheaper, and you kind of get what you want as well. Ciara actually got a lovely margarita, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got an unreal margarita. It was like probably like a litre.
It was like
of
3
a margarita.
margaritas in one.
I was well on my way after this boat. It was beautiful. It was delicious. I think that was 200 pesos, but it was worth every single peso. It was so good.
And it was so cold, and it was so hot. The drink was so cold, but the day was so hot. It was lovely.
Definitely bring your own speaker, because they do charge for additional things like that. You can pay for a mariachi band to come onto your boat. You can pay for food. You can pay for, there's like people selling jewellery. So definitely do Xochimilco. We would definitely recommend. It's really romantic. You have the boat for an hour or 2 hours, and it's just really relaxing, sitting there listening to the music, drinking your drinks in the sunshine, while going down these Aztec canals. It's a really lovely experience. One of my favourite highlights from Mexico City was definitely the Lucha Libre, and if I can give you one bit of advice, definitely do this if you're in Mexico City.
Oh my god, so much fun. There's vendors outside, they're selling the masks, there's posters up everywhere telling you about the fighters.
We got these beer chiladas, and basically it was like a liter of beer with like spicy tahine around the rim.
Yeah.
And Luke got his spicy and I got mine sweet. I got mine with sesame. So good.
Should have went for the sesame.
His mouth was blown off him.
Yeah, I was like Hot Lips. Johnny Hot Lips.
We actually got to experience a real Mexican wave, which was so much fun. Wrestling itself, it's so much fun. It's so entertaining. The flips and the moves that these guys do is incredible. It's so funny.
It's so acrobatic. Like the chances of them injuring themselves must be so high, because the jumps that they're doing, the flips, jumping out of the ring on top of other people, like they're really putting themselves at risk. Like they really are professional. Like.
Yeah, again, you can book these tickets on Ticketmaster.
Chilaquiles. Beautiful.
So guys, those are our highlights from Mexico City. We hope you enjoyed. We are sad to say that our time in Mexico has now come to an end. We have been traveling Mexico the last 7 weeks, which is insane. It doesn't feel like 7 weeks at all.
We've had some amazing experiences here. We've seen some unbelievable stuff. Like Mexico City itself was like a whole other holiday compared to the rest of Mexico.
If you have any questions at all about Mexico, please leave them below and we will definitely get back to you. Please subscribe to our channel and
headbutt that bell like.
But we unfortunately are going to be leaving Mexico now. It has come to an end.
I know. We're really going to miss it actually. It was such a special spot.
It's a really special spot, especially since it's the first country on our trip.
Yeah.
And the first country that we got to spend our honeymoon in. So it's always going to have a special place in our heart. And the next place that we're going to is Guatemala.
So we can't wait for that. That's going to be unreal.
So stay tuned to our channel, guys, and we cannot wait to bring you on this journey with us. See you next time. Bye.